Good morning, Flosstube. It is Sunday, May 19th, I believe, and I am thrilled today to have a special guest. You have heard me speak of my daughter, Grace, and you have seen her beautiful cross stitch. It's been about a year since I was able to show her beautiful work, but we've kidnapped her for a week, and we want to have a conversation today not exactly related to cross stitch, although we are going to show lots of cross stitch. But we want to talk today about stitching, sewing in particular, for little boys. Grace has a beautiful son who is about a year and a half years old, and she and I both have been frustrated that a lot of the beautiful handmade garments are tailored more for little girls. And so Grace, in her creativity and her gift for constructing garments, which I do not have, has made some adorable outfits for her son. So we want to share that with you first today. And also, I'm going to try to get Grace to talk to us about how she finds time for this particular endeavor as a mom at home with a toddler. And I don't think it's bad for me to share that she is also a military wife. And so there is a lot of entertaining and participating in social events that are part of her role as her officer husband's spouse. So she manages her time so beautifully, but she's going to talk to us a little bit about how she finds time. So, Grace, if you'll tell us first what inspired you maybe to do this for Timothy?
Well, honestly, the inspiration was you. My mom got me this fabulous pattern, and I was very unsure about making it because I've made a few dresses for little girls because, that's so cute and fun to get the girly fabric. And then I had a son, and I was like, well, I want to make clothes for him, but the fabric isn't as inspiring because, I like the girly things. But Mama got me this pattern, and then just seeing all of the adorable little boys, my nephews, dressed in these adorable little rompers that are so comfortable and darling. So that was basically my inspiration. The beginning of it.
And if any of you follow the royal family over in England, you know that that style of dressing children is very popular over there.
Absolutely.
So then the question I know everyone is wondering, when in the world do you find time to not only sew garments, but do cross stitch? So let's let you talk about that a little bit.
Honestly, I found just my schedule, he is down to one nap a day. Previously, of course, he's about a year and a half, so one nap a day, he gets about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I generally just take that time. I try to get as much work done as I can with him helping me throughout the day so that during nap time, I can take that time to pattern and sew and relax a little bit just so that I can have some me time, but me time is also sewing. I love to do that. As far as cross stitch goes, my husband and I relax in the evening, so, watching TV show or whatever the case is after Timothy has gone to bed, especially because obviously scissors, needles, etc. It's a good time for me to do that and then just put things away so that the toddler doesn't get into that.
I remember those days.
It's scary, but
I think you and I both should address this because it just occurred to me when you said that about relaxing with your husband. We are both blessed that our husbands appreciate these fine arts.
Yes, absolutely.
These handwork activities that we find relaxing. So they are supportive. They don't mind us spending a little money on our hobby.
I'm so grateful.
And I have to say, her husband is an amazing framer. He has framed a piece for me as a gift for a friend, and he's done a lot of her pieces. So wow, we are so blessed. And I know if those of you have husbands who are supportive or significant others, it makes a big difference.
It really does.
Okay, so we are going to show you a lot of her little short all creations.
Rompers, whatever you want to call them.
And I believe you've done a couple of long pants
I did,
as
and
well.
I forgot to bring one, but it's essentially the same outfit, just with long legs.
Which
down
you
to
could
the
do for
ankles.
the fall,
Absolutely.
winter, and you could put a little shirt or a little turtleneck
Yes.
under Excuse me, our camera may have done something
okay.
weird. Okay, so here is the parade of toddler rompers.
sure.
And if you want to comment as you go on any
Absolutely.
fabric,
It's a little wrinkled. We've been sitting for a minute, but this is the yellow, and as you can see, probably if I bring it in, it's got a nice little stripe detail. So I did the stripes vertically on the pockets, and then contrasting with the I don't know, horizontal, diagonal. There you go.
Which I love.
But
the fact
this
that the
little yellow
pockets
one-
are the contrast.
Absolutely. The pockets are something you don't find at the boutique short alls of these. So
No.
I love that about this one.
Well, before you, I'm sorry.
Of course, go ahead.
Let's also show that we she puts the little snap bottom.
So easy.
Diaper change is quick and easy.
easy.
And these, you can select your buttons to match
Absolutely.
what you're doing. But he loves wearing these because they're so comfortable.
They're comfortable, and I live in Florida, so it's always hot. So having these is great. And also, when he gets taller, you can move the buttons. So that is a huge help. When he's shorter, I can move it down, and then he grows and he grows with it very
adjustable.
easily.
I love
which
that.
is wonderful. So
They're
you
little,
can wear it for longer.
Absolutely.
But yes, so then I have this blue and white gingham that I did. And I actually made a matching set for my sister's little boys and him, who are close in age. And I just love the traditional check pattern, obviously.
Yes, I do
it's the
too.
exact same pattern. And that's what's so wonderful is that I was able to learn how to do this and then make like 10 of these. And they're so fast and easy now.
Which is wonderful. Now, I noticed these pockets have a contrasting stitch on them.
Yes.
You can do that or not.
Absolutely.
Do you have the little cousin ones to show?
I have.
We
at
have
least
to
one
get
of them.
pictures of the
So-
boy cousins.
Yes, this is a different pattern because it's a 12-month, and the pattern I have, it does 2T, 3T, and 4T, but this one is for little bitties. So obviously you see it's got the little pleats up top, and this is the first time I've done pleats, so I apologize if they're not perfectly accurate, but they work, right? And then, yes, just a zipper in the back, and the same little pockets. So hopefully they will coordinate and be sweet.
Let me hold this one up, and we have one more now. She's made 3
of these
because
yes.
there are 3 cousins who are under the age of, well, 3 and under.
3 and under, yes.
We cannot wait. We're
going to have to get pictures.
Yes.
But yes, and then I have to show you this fabric Mama picked out, and I would never have been brave enough, and it's actually turned out to be my favorite. Just because I was concerned with big prints, I was like, what if it doesn't look right, but it looks perfect. So this is adorable with the little whales and the octopus with the pirate gear on.
Yes.
And the crabs. It's just darling. I love that. And I love the little water motif. I guess that's what that is. Just a beautiful graphic print.
I think the reason I even looked at this was because they're living near the beach.
Yes, it's
and
perfect.
he has been a beach baby.
It's
but
perfect.
The blue is flattering on him too.
Absolutely.
I love that one.
And then
That's
the pop
fun.
of red with the buttons. I had fun with that.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, so just that one as well. And this one, it was another Nana pick, and it is my husband's favorite because he's from Colorado. So it has all of the little bears on it, and the tent for camping, and feathers, and it says bear everywhere. So Timothy also has fun with it, saying, oh, look, I've got a bear on my shirt. So you can see that. And I chose little brown wooden buttons, kind of a rustic feel, but we love this one as well.
Shopping for buttons is a fun
It's fun.
task all in its
own
right.
You used to collect them, and I loved going through your collection. I wish I knew where it
We
was.
need to start collecting
steal
again.
it.
Yes, we need to collect again.
And then this one, my husband flies some of these airplanes, so we just had to go with the crazy airplane print.
Which I adore.
It's cute for him to play in.
And his sweet nursery is done in clouds, and so I love the fact that this one is covered in
That
clouds.
as well. It's so perfect.
Yes.
It's a mix.
He gets to wear Daddy's airplane.
Yes. And then the last one I have is just a simple elephant pattern. Found this fabric at Hobby Lobby. I should be mentioning that most of these fabrics are from Hobby Lobby or Joann's.
Yes, correct.
So not expensive in any way. I generally get them on 50% off, which is great. So
Oh, yes.
just these little elephants were too cute.
This is a lot of people's favorite.
Yes.
I showed this one at work, a picture, and everyone wanted one just like it. What buttons do we have here? Black.
Just little black.
Oh, and they're shiny black.
Yes.
But the
So-
elephants are fun.
Yeah, just the little rompers. But we just have so much fun with these. I've made one other one with honeybees, but it's in the laundry, so we're going to keep
But the
that one
Winnie
out.
the Pooh theme, I want to
It's
look for some
darling.
more of those. There is a store that she wants to check out when she gets back home that is across the border in Alabama. And there's something about the Southeast that encourages, I think, these types of outfits and creative
Yes.
mamas. So hopefully she'll have some good fabric finds there. The other thing I wanted to mention is that if any of you have any experience, and I know you Flosstubers do, with doing an Etsy shop, whether it's for needle minders or patterns, send me some comments about that, because I'm trying to encourage Grace to put some rompers on an Etsy shop, but we know nothing about this. So if you have any great ideas, please send them my way by the comments. We're going to look for a book.
Yes.
But it's not something a busy mom wants to jump into unless it's a good, helpful thing, not just for the family economy, but for encouraging her creativity. So if any of you know about that, do let us know. We'd appreciate it. Now, Grace also has an absolutely gorgeous Thea Governor. My Thea Governors are wasting away, so she has inspired me. But please talk
Mom,
about this for me.
This was a gift from my mom, which is wonderful. She just gifts me all of this, and it's just lovely. But it's a gorgeous Thea Governor honeysuckle and flower pattern. So that is the picture of the completed project, which will hopefully be finished soon.
She works really quickly.
And it's beautiful. In person, I love how it's turned out so far. Forgive the wrinkles because I've been doing this in hand. But as you can see, it's the beautiful butterfly and the honeysuckle.
Colors. Let's see if we put this behind it.
Oh,
and
that's
hold it a
good.
little closer. Let them see
Absolutely.
the
I'm not
detail.
used to this, Mom. Is the
Nor
pro.
am I. I'm learning.
But as you can see, it's just a beautiful.
Is this done one thread over
one thread over one?
Okay.
Yes, which has been so nice because I don't have to deal with the threads twisting or anything.
Oh, yes.
I've never done a project with 1 over 1, but this
Thea
one has
Governor
been fun.
must do this for all of hers.
For
but
sure.
that is just, those colors
nice.
are just beautiful.
It's beautiful, so I was thrilled to do that one.
Well, you are so kind to just drop in with us today, and I hope I can
Absolutely.
kidnap her another time because she has other projects she's working on at home. This young lady has done stockings for her family. Put me to complete shame.
no.
So we're going to show those stockings next time.
Not at all.
But I think before I let her go do her thing, I have to say that I could not imagine not having daughters who love and appreciate what you enjoy, and we are able, even long distance, just to send pictures of what we're working on and share frustrations and joys about the hobby. And I admire her especially now, because when mine were little, I just put my stitching away, mainly because of the needles and scissors.
Yes,
And
it's scary.
but you don't have to do that. And
Just have to be careful.
yes, and Grace has told us just today that an hour to 2 hours a day, even an hour probably.
Even just 30 minutes, because I know eventually he's not going to nap anymore.
But
you
he'll be
know.
old enough to understand that
Don't
you're
touch.
doing your thing.
Yes.
But I think that's so encouraging if you're a young mother or you're thinking about being a mom, that you can continue the habit that you love and not put it away like I did. Goodness, I would have had a lot of progress had I been able to do that. But next time we're going to share stockings
Yes.
and maybe smocking. That's a
We
new,
hope.
a
I hope.
new thing she wants to get
Give it a
into,
try.
which I know she can do. And any Etsy ideas, y'all, send them our way. So I'm going to close us out with a few of my little projects.
Perfect.
Feel free to
Thank
stay.
you for having me.
Are you
I
sure?
really appreciate it. Yes.
You're welcome
You
to stay.
So excited to see what you've done.
Oh, girl, listen, this was a privilege for me. I am just thrilled. We've been talking about doing this for months and months, and it didn't happen when I was visiting her, and then it's been a busy week for her, seeing family and keeping up with her sweet toddler. So we have 2 stitch rescues, and it's amazing now that I have 3. My husband frequents a local thrift store, which I think they probably know him by name by now, but he texted me the other day that he had found 2 more Save the Stitches, and I will show them to you today. We may do a little bit of changing on some frames, but on this one I don't think we will have to. Now, it definitely has an 80s feel because of the way it was stitched, but we love pineapples, and you know that I have always loved blue. So this is a blue pineapple. Welcome to our home. And it is beautifully stitched. It is on Ada, and it is professionally framed. So we are going to find a place for this without any changes. Probably in the kitchen with our blues. I'm so glad some of you all talked about saving the stitches, or I would not have even thought of this wonderful, shall we say, hobby. I just earlier said to Grace, you're going to have to save all my stitches. And of course, her older sister is very into this as well, and the youngest sister, so maybe mine will be saved. This other piece is another needlepoint piece, and I am just amazed at the colors in this project. It's giant, so sorry. We have all of these colors in our living room. You see my deep blue, my burgundies, and the beautiful greens. And it is double matted. Let me try to get back here without the glare. So this is now in our entrance hall. The thing we're not sure about is whether we would like to repaint the frame. I'm not unhappy with the color at all, but there are some nicks here and there. I'm almost wondering if just a marker of sorts or a little bit of paint touch-up would take care of it. But both of these items were like $3. Doesn't that just break your heart? Someone's amazing work. So 2 more Save the Stitches for our home, and I am so thrilled to have them. It's been a busy few weeks since I saw you, so there's not a lot of progress on my cross stitch, but I can tell you that I am still loving the Valdani threads and the Rosewood Manor. I am working on Summer Quakers in a stitch along with a long distance friend. And we had talked about the suggestion of the designer, Miss Kluba, to do one section, then the next section, do them in order. So I have completed the first section and I'm beginning the second. Let me just hold this up. Hopefully you can see. This was the one I just finished this week, and it was fiddly, I have to say. You start and stop your threads so often. But didn't it turn out beautifully? I hope that variegation shows a little bit. And then I started this amazing iris in the middle. And you can't really tell yet what that's going to look like. I'm going to show you the picture again in a minute for you to see. This will be a big iris and then 2 flowers on the side and then I believe a basket underneath. I think the 2 favorite things about this piece to me are the threads, which are just so much fun to work with, and then the way the design is planned so that you have lots of little finishes. I guess I'll have to say my 3rd favorite is the fabric. I don't think I ever would have bought a hand-dyed fabric had this not called for it, but the way the Valdani threads look on the hand-dyed fabric is just exquisite. So hopefully this week and moving into the end of the month, I'll get some more done on this. Let me show you that orchid motif so you'll know what that middle is going to be. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I believe section 2 will do this much, and over here, then section 3 will be this part. Again, Rosewood Manor, Valdani threads over 2, Summer Quakers. I did not do what I had hoped to do on Mary. The other night I had sat down to finish that band that goes, where is it? You see where my needle is. It goes across. And I was just falling asleep, so I had to put Mary away. But I'm still trying to finish that band and then move on down to the motif that I've got to frog, which is here. And it will be a mirror image on the other side. But you know, this is Papillon Creations, Mary Queen of Scots. Let me hold it up for you So you can see, I always try to do this, but I'm never quite successful to give you the whole picture, so to speak. Let me do this. Okay, sorry. Man, this is big to handle. I need to get a poster board type thing and clip this so you can actually see. I want Mary finished, and I just need to give her time, as Grace suggested. Just 30 minutes a day would probably move me far into completion. This linen continues to be so lovely in my hands, and it's just the DMC that I'm doing, the red. Now I don't have it with me to tell you the number, but it's also been a lot of fun to stitch papillon creation. And then you know that my little take to work stitch is an old piece that my husband got from eBay that has a companion piece, which I hope to stitch. This one is an antebellum home in the city of Natchez in Mississippi. And this home is called Montaigne. Its companion is Longwood, I believe, and I did not bring that one to show you again. But this has been perfect for work because it is big and it's on Ada and it's just DMC. Let me see if I can show you where we are. So I'm filling in the white right now, using my thread heaven because white can be stubborn. But isn't this going to be the cutest little piece once that pink house is finished? Very good DMC colors. So this one will continue to be worked on during lunch hours, in the car also when I'm traveling, if someone else is driving, of course. So I'm loving finishing that, and once it is finished, I will begin its companion, because I would love to have those framed, probably for maybe our living area. We'll see. Guys, it's a beautiful day here after horrible weather yesterday. We have more storms coming. I don't know if Texas has ever gotten this much rain at one time, but we are having a great week with extended family, and I have to report that the granddaughter that I told you I was expecting was born 1 week ago. Both she and her mama are doing wonderfully. She is precious. I was able to spend a little bit of time with them yesterday. So as we say, our cup is overflowing with blessings. Thank you for sharing time with us today. I can't tell you what a delight it was to share my video with my sweet Grace. And for my other daughters out there, you are on the list. So get busy stitching, needle pointing, crocheting. I think it's fun if we talk about what our family can enjoy together. And as we all have said, as older women, we need to keep the craft alive, and the young people are the very reason for that. As I close, I will tell you this sweet story. My oldest daughter was watching a YouTube video with her 6-year-old daughter that had to do with styling little girls' hair. And it was a British YouTuber who was doing the video. And our granddaughter, the 6-year-old, noticed that the little girl, as she was sitting still for her mama to do her hair, I'm thinking braids, but I'm not sure, the little girl was cross-stitching. So my daughter called me yesterday, Friday, and said, "You aren't going to believe what Sarah wants to learn to do." And so I am looking for a simple and yet fun kit for Sarah to start with on her cross-stitch journey, because her mama cross-stitches as well. And she wants to work on her cross-stitch while her mama does her hair, like the little British girl in the video. Now, whoever that YouTuber was does not realize, as she's teaching people how to do their little girl's hair, that she has inspired not just the mama, but the little girl to do what her own family does. So that was fun for me to hear about, and I am on the hunt for a good first kit for a 6-year-old who will come along and Join the fun. Have a wonderful week. I want to have a lot of progress to show you next time, but I don't know when that will be. We'll see how the time comes up. Just know that you're often in my thoughts, and I love hearing from you. If you are new and you like what you see, please subscribe. Anyone who can send us a comment, we are both going to enjoy reading those this time. And we send you our best. Have a wonderful rest of May, and let's get together again soon. Bye-bye.